can you beat Pokemon Emerald with just a Seedot?
Damn it!
Yeah, no joke, this challenge run was crazy and was an actual challenge. People have been complaining that some of my challenge runs were just too easy, but this was hard, and the answer to whether or not you can beat Pokemon Emerald with just Seedot is actually kind of ambiguous, and I'll explain why at the end of the run. I thought Seedot was another weird obscure Pokemon that not a lot of people knew or cared about, so I chose that to do. I can't make my emulator change my starter Pokemon, so I simply catch my Seedot 10 minutes into the game, then start the run from there. So without any further ado, let's begin. Also, to clarify the no items rule, held items will be allowed, such as leftovers and berries. It's just items in battle, such as potions and X items, that won't be allowed. As you will see in this run, you will probably need held items, as this run will be more than hard enough. So I begin Emerald with Torchic and go through the first couple minutes of the game and beat my rival, though that isn't important. I go to the first area of the game and catch a wild Seedot. It's hard to find, it has a low encounter rate, but I find one eventually. I catch it, I check its stats. Here's some things to consider about Seedot, and why this Pokemon is way harder to use than you might think. First of all, its base stats, or its lack of, I guess. Seedot's stats are bad. Its physical defense is its best stat, and even that isn't good. You'd want to use special attack since grass moves are all special in this generation, but Jesus, 30 special attack, what am I supposed to do with that? I know acorns aren't supposed to be very threatening, but still. It's also very slow, meaning many high level threats will just outspeed you. To truly understand how bad these stats are, look at Treecko from my Emerald Treecko run, a far superior grass Pokemon. Just compare their stats. Yeah, not even close. To make things worse, Seedot's move pool is also bad. Its first and only offensive move, for a while in the game, is Bide. Yeah, not a good start. It can learn Giga Drain and Return, but that's pretty much it for offensive moves. Growth is a good move to set up and will be very useful in this run. The last move slot can vary and is probably up to you. Use whatever you need. Though at one point, TM Double Team became completely necessary just to make it through the Elite Four, but don't worry, we will get to that. One last point is that you will probably need to EV train your speed, otherwise higher level threats will outspeed you and demolish you. I never EV trained it and I probably should have. So now that I have my Seedot, let's start off the run for real and let's do our best. We start off with some early game grinding, with just Bide. This is doable, but it's just very tedious and slow. You have to heal up after every battle. I tried to take on the first few trainers and get destroyed. Seems like the AI is actually aware of how Bide works, and actually times its attacks accordingly. That's actually quite surprising, as the AI in this game usually sucks. What sucks is that leveling up does not make us stronger, it just raises our durability, which lets us take more hits.
More power! Right now!
We lose a few times, then after hitting level 12, I finally beat some of the early game trainers. I did have this one battle against, oh no, another Seedot, and the battle that ensued was not fun at all. And I lost as well, damn it, just to rub salt into the wound. But finally, after more grinding, I reached level 13 and learned Nature's Power. Such a relief, I now have an attacking move to use, though if I use it in the grassy terrain, it becomes Stun Spore, which is not what I was hoping for, but on regular ground tiles it becomes Swift, which I'll take that. Finally, no more Bide, we have an attacking move. So with this, I beat all the nearby trainers soundly, and go to the first gym, where another huge relief happens. I get given the TM for Bullet Seed. Yes, that's just what I needed, a usable grass move. Even though it's not that strong, I can at least deal some damage now.
Give me your power!
I take this newfound power to the first gym, and Duncan her. Not much of a surprise there as she uses rock types. I also make use of Growth to buff my special attack stat, which I will be keeping for the rest of this run. I have my first real battle against Brendan, since the first one with Torchic did not count. And since I was high level, that was easy. So far so good, things are looking up now in this run. The second gym is next. I am cautious of the fighting types, so I set up against Broly's first Pokemon, but foolishly get too greedy and let the Meditite go for a Focus Punch, one hit KOing me. Damn, Meditite is strong. Next time I stop fooling around, I set up against Matchup and just spam Bullet Seeds until I win. That was okay, I guess. I did take a lot of damage, so I continue on. Gaining levels along the way, I bump into Brendan again, who I flex on with Seedot. He has Marsh Stomp, who gets completely obliterated by my Bullet Seed 4 times. The next notable battle is against the 3rd gym leader, and this was a challenge. A lot of hacks was involved and it made me very mad. Gym leader Watson has a Magneton who resists me, so realistically I needed to use several growths before attacking. The problem is that Voltorb, while not hurting me much, has a good chance of paralysing me, while Magneton can confuse me. Do you see why this is hard? I lost quite a few times here, and I just decided to grind instead, so I come back at level 41 and try again. I still lose twice because of hacks, which was really frustrating, but eventually I pull through. Seedot learned Synthesis, which completely saved me. I could spam growth against a weaker Pokemon, then just heal up myself, and when I'm done just spam Bullet Seeds to win. So now I'm free to carry on, and I go to Mount Pyre, where I battle Maxie for the first time. He wasn't a problem, though weirdly enough his Mychena used Roar to drag out my HM slaves, so I purposely let them faint so Seedot can come back to the battle. This battle was easy, however the following battle was really not easy. It's one of the biggest difficulty spikes in gym leaders I've ever experienced. Oh my god, I'm not joking here, though this might not come as a surprise to you, as Flannery is the fire gym leader, and I'm using Seedot. I got the TM secret power to deal some more damage over nature's power. Also, in preparation for this, I knew this was going to be a challenge. Anyone who's seen my Treecko run will know exactly what I'm talking about, except that what I'm about to go through with Seedot made the Treecko run look like a cakewalk. To prepare for this gym battle, I got the TM Dig to deal super effective damage against her team. So I challenge her. Her Numel and Slugma both go down in one dig, though sometimes they do set up Sunny Day, which is not good for us. Camerupt was the first real threat, as it could take a hit. At this level, one overheat is enough to KO me, especially if Sunny Day is active. There is no way I can survive. Luckily on my first attempt Camerupt misses and I beat it without a scratch, but Torkoal, that was a real MVP. It's bulky enough to take 2 hits from us and completely destroys us in return. It also has a citrus berry to make things worse. After getting literally roasted, I go away and grind all the way to level 55, which took a while by the way, and I try again thinking this time it would work out. It did not. The exact same outcome happened. I got bodied. I tried a good 5 more times and just wasn't getting any hacks in my favour, so I left the grind again. You know this is hard when you have to go for a second grinding session. I finally return at level 60, and this time I managed to win after a few tries. I still lost a few times. I picked up the soft sand to make ground moves a bit stronger, and this time I managed to 1-hit KO Camerupt and 2-hit KO Torkoal luckily. It was by a very small margin. One overheat left me within an inch of fainting, literally 2 HP left. I had to make sure Sunny Day was not up, but man that was a slog. But now I'm level 60, so you can watch me steamroll for here on. Seedot beats the next gym first attempt, though it does come very close to fainting. Despite its level, its stats and move pool still aren't good, but we win anyways. Brendan gets wrecked after the Weather Institute and we go to the 6th gym leader. And damn, another big roadblock awaits us from the flying types. Winona's first 3 Pokemon go down without any trouble, but Skarmory was a complete pain. I barely scratched it and it just destroyed me. After that crushing defeat, I don't even bother re-attempting, as Skarmory completely walls me. I just go straight to Lily Cove City to do some grinding, beating Brendan one last time on the way there. This time I return at level 70, which is crazy for this part of the run. I'm more than double the level of Winona's Pokemon. But what's even crazier is that I still get bodied. Jesus, I finally managed to beat Skarmory, but guess what? Altaria just comes up and finishes me off, so I'm screwed again. Damn it, I continue to lose several more times, but eventually I changed my strategy. I've been relying on secret power for this battle until now. However, I picked up the TM for Giga Drain, and now have a good grass type move, even though it's resisted. I try something different. Winona Swablu doesn't threaten me much, so I try going for growth instead, to max out my special attack stat. At this point, Giga Drain is so strong at +6 that I can actually 2-hit KO Skarmory, even though it's quad resisted, and it heals me up at the same time. So now I can handle her team and manage to win. I use this strategy to win, but man that was not pleasant. I'm just glad that this challenge is over. I carry on with the run and rebattle Maxie at the Magma hideout. I lose 3 times here due to my Jenna always using scary face after surviving a hit. You know, a critical hit in my favour would be very nice right about now. Crobat then confuses me, and you can imagine how the battle went down. Eventually I got past the hacks and I beat Maxie, but barely, and I mean barely. And yet, trust me, this will be happening a lot more before the run is over. We head on to the penultimate gym, and what do you know? This is also a really big challenge, albeit not quite as bad as the last one. Seedot is strong enough to fight Tate and Lisa's Pokemon. It's just that they use a lot of hacks, which goddamn is really starting to piss me off. Why does it always happen to me? 25% power hacks my ass. Okay, let's not get sidetracked there. So I enter this battle with my HM slave and then waste a turn knocking it out, as this is a mandatory double battle and I just want to make things fair. The thing is with this battle is that Lunatone, Solrock and Claydol all go down easily to Giga Drain. It's just Xatu who hurts us badly and can confuse us, so we have to prioritise knocking that out first. Then spam Giga Drain after that. Simple enough, it's just that as you knock out your own HM slave, Xatu outspeeds you and hurts you badly. So guess what? More grinding. Yet to be honest, we'd have to grind in this run sooner or later eventually, so it doesn't actually matter that much. After several more losses, I return at level 80, and this time I managed to outspeed Xatu. After knocking it out, I win, but it was a bit close. Weirdly enough, I completely forgot that I got put to sleep, but then woke up in one turn due to the early bird ability. That's the first time and the last time that ability will help me out in this run. Geez, another hard gym done. We proceed to chase off Team Magma and start a double battle with Steven. This battle was really weird. My Seedot got confused and was stalled out for a bit, but eventually came through. Steven's Metang however used Metal Claw and got like 4 attack boosts off of it and just started flexing off with it. After this, Team Aqua also got the boot. I'm high enough level at that point not to care about his Pokemon. At last we have one last gym battle to go before the Elite Four. In this run the gym battles have been brutal, but it's the water user this time, so we can finally have an easy battle. Apart from that one time where Kingdra got a freeze hack on me, and anyways we go to Victory Road, clear it out, and we have one noteworthy battle inside. Not against Wally, no one cares about him. It was against a trainer who had a level 43 Skarmory, and that was not easy. I almost lost, despite being double its level. Put a pin in this as this will be relevant later on in the run when I talk about Steven. Also, I get T in return for even more physical damage. So now we reach the Elite Four, we do some last minute grinding and try our luck straight away against the first member, Sydney. I'm level 90 and you'd think that this would be an easy battle, right? Wrong. Seedot can beat everything in 2 or less hits, but my Jenna is a problem as it always goes for Sand Attack. One little accuracy drop doesn't sound like very much, but believe me, it was the bane of my existence. I had loads of attempts where I should have won, but just didn't due to hacks. Despite the really high level, Seedot is still not that great. I got pretty peed off here and thought, screw this, and grinded again to level 95. Jesus, how many times have I had to stop what I was doing just to go grind some more? I return and this time I dunk in the stupid team like it deserves. Damn it. Next up is Phoebe, and she's easier. You just have to be careful of your PP since Dusclops has pressure and can use Protect to stall you out. After one loss I figure out a pattern to win. Set up Growths in the Protect and sweep with Giga Drain when Dusclops is vulnerable. That was much better I suppose. Glacia is next, and though her ice types can hurt me, I can hurt her back as well. I set up 2 Growths on her weakest Pokemon then sweep again, though on her first attempt Wall Rain freezes me with Ice Beam. But next attempt I one hit KO her whole team. The next battle against Drake is where things escalate from 100 to 1000 real fast. Like I mentioned at the start of the video, this is where the run becomes extremely challenging. Regardless of level or stats, you need to know what you're doing to beat Drake. Everything on this team is a threat and can take hits from you. Shelgon is the only Pokemon that can't hurt you super effectively, but it can slow you down with the Rock Tomb. Turns out that Flygon can outspeed you regardless anyways, since Seedot is so slow and wasn't even EV trained in speed. The huge problem is that Return and Giga Drain don't do anything here against Salamence. Even at +6, if you set up against Shelgon with the Growth, you can one hit KO it and Flygon with the Giga Drain, but Altaria and especially Salamence, who's a complete monster, will destroy you. Its Flamethrower will almost always 2-hit KO you, and you just can't beat it. You need to get a +6 critical hit to maybe 1-hit KO it, and even then I don't think that would even work. You'll get outsped and knocked out. If you're spending all those turns setting up, Shelgon will most certainly spam Rock Tomb and rack up some damage. Hell, even at level 100, I still don't stand a chance. Even Flygon has Flamethrower, and I just cannot get past Salamence. After many resets and losses, I finally realised that I just cannot win by conventional means. Even if I reach Salamence at full HP, it won't matter. This is just hopeless. After reflecting on these crushing defeats, I realised that there's probably only 2 ways you could possibly win this battle. The first way requires you to max out your special attack and speed, EVs, IVs and natures to max out those stats, ensuring you can outspeed and hit as hard as you can. Seedot has a bad move pool, so the only move you can use to win here is Hidden Power Ice to one hit KO everything super effectively, except Kingdra, but you can deal with that not too badly. That will allow you to win easily. But I haven't done any EV or IV optimization, nor can I even get access to Hidden Power Ice. To get all of this, you'd most likely have to spawn a Seedot with a cheat, and I didn't want to do that as I was already so late for this game, so guess what, that's not an option. There is however another way you could beat Drake, and I actually managed to pull this off. It turns out Seedot can learn TM Double Team. Yeah, you probably know where this is going. Swagger can also be used from a move tutor to abuse hacks, but I thought Double Team would be better. I tried out this strategy on Shelgon. I spammed a +6 evasion, then +6 special attack. Shelgon does waste a lot of turns going for protect, which lets you set up. However, on my first attempt with this, for some reason, Shelgon just kept hitting me and just kept dealing damage regardless of accuracy. It's crazy how my opponent uses 1 sand attack and I keep on missing, but here I use 5 double teams and I keep getting hit anyways. Damn it. Flygon roasts me anyways and actually hits me with Flamethrower. On my third attempt, I finally managed to win this battle, and I know I said the word finally a lot in this video, but that just goes to show how hard this run really was. This time I set up successfully against Shelgon, then I finished Shelgon and Flygon, while being able to heal myself with Giga Drain. Turns out Altaria has Aerial Ace, which is surprising, as it ignores evasion, but luckily it couldn't deal enough damage and I beat it down. The final ultimate showdown against Salamence is upon us. We get hit by Flamethrower, almost knocking us out, but we dodge the rest of its hits and free KO it. The double team came in clutch. Then Kingdra goes down easily as it doesn't resist Giga Drain. Wow, that was rough, but with enough tries we finally managed to beat Drake. This was by far the hardest battle so far, and probably one of the hardest battles I've ever had to do in a run. We really needed hacks just to get through this, just to have a chance of getting through this. I'm just glad this is over. At last, one more battle to go until we are the champions. And fortunately for us, this battle was easy. I won first try. Seedot set up on Wailord, then swept with Giga Drain. Really simple, but with that we have beaten Pokemon Emerald and are now the new champions of Hoenn. Man, that was tough. It's finally time to retire. Or maybe not. Turns out there's one more battle to do, against Steven. And oh god guys, you thought Drake was hard? This makes his team look like nothing. Remember when I said, can you beat Pokemon with just a Seedot? And I was like, not really? Yet, this is why. The Steven battle was something else, and let me explain why. His first Pokemon is level 77. Oh my days, and Salamence was only level 55. And it's a Skarmory? What? No! Anything but that. Remember on Victory Road I almost lost to level 43 Skarmory? What am I supposed to do against this? I attempt a battle and it always 2-hit kills me. Or it just uses Toxic, and if it does, it's basically just GG right there, as there's no way you can outstall the Toxic. Return and Giga Drain did not scratch it, like at all. Like, not even with a critical hit. Like, even if you're at +6 special attack and you get a critical hit with Giga Drain, it probably won't even do that much. I forgot to mention that Skarmory can outspeed me all the time. To make you understand just how absurd this battle is, let's review the strategies I discussed during the Drake battle. Now I will say, you could go max speed and max special attack investment, and use Hidden Power Fire to hit super effectively, and maybe if you get critical hit it would be enough. You could use Swagger to ensure you beat Skarmory, then okay, if you can outspeed it maybe you could do that. Or you could rely on Skarmory's Toxic missing, then fine, maybe it's possible, maybe. However, I can't use that strategy as I can't manipulate EVs and IVs in this system. So what else can I do? Nothing! I'm screwed. Turns out that Skarmory has Aerial Ace, so the double team strategy I use against Drake will not work like at all. Swagger won't even work without using the invested hidden power fire method, unless you make Skarmory literally hit itself in confusion like 10 times in a row, because one Swagger boosted hit with Aerial Ace will completely end you. The hidden power fire strat could work, but I'm still not even sure if you can outspeed at this point, since Steven's team is so high level and Seedot's base speed is just so low. But let's say you get lucky and you actually beat Skarmory somehow, even with a fire move in max EVs and IVs, the possibility will still not be in your favour. You realise that after beating Skarmory, that Steven still has a team of 5 other threats that can all destroy you, especially Metagross. That thing is a monster, so guess what, you're most likely screwed no matter what. Even if you have the most optimal Seedot possible, you will still need a lot of hacks in your favour, and I mean a lot. With my current Seedot, I couldn't even take out Skarmory. I couldn't even get close. I never even got remotely close to taking it out. I got Shrek'd so many times I just quit. So my overall answer to can you beat Pokemon Emerald with just a Seedot? The answer is most likely not. Unless you get some 1 in a million hacks, it just can't be done. Now, if someone wants to prove me wrong, please do that, I would love to see that. To be honest, I'm just worn out and tired after this whole run. I got defeated so many times. It's time to finish off this challenge. This was by far the hardest run I've ever done for Pokemon, so let me know how you all liked it. Stay tuned for my next run. Anyways, thank you all very much for supporting me. If you like my content, then please like, comment or subscribe. I'm putting in a lot of work into these videos, and I'm still a very small channel, so I need as much support as I can get. I look forward to seeing you all again. This is Ding Dong signing out.